friends, welcome to my channel again. I'm here again with you to share with you a moment. I am going to attempt to make my new full body silicone 6-inch baby doll into a drink and wet. Friends, it's time that I learned how to do a few things so I can save a few pennies. Now, this baby boy, I got him for £11 on AliExpress. I paid additional £3 tax, altogether £14, which is about $16. The shipping was free, so altogether I've spent £14 so far. And I would love him to be drinking wet. I have opened his mouth myself. That's oopsie daisy. I've squeezed his eyes a bit too much. Oh, there you go. So I need to be a bit more gentle, and sorry, Montecito. His name's Montecito. So I opened his mouth myself, and I just used a pair of scissors to open his mouth. This little pair of scissors I used to open his mouth. I just simply dug the scissors in and just snipped across. And I did it very gently. Of course, I could have bought him with a mouth ready opened, but obviously the price of this doll would have gone up enormously just for the advantage and the benefit of having an open mouth. So I thought, ridiculous, I can just open his mouth myself. I have no experience of opening mouths of dolls, but I just believe that it was a common sense thing. And also I spent time on YouTube watching videos of the professionals showing us how to do it. So I have successfully opened his mouth, and therefore I've been able to give him a pacifier. This pacifier I bought on eBay. I bought a packet of them. You know when people do baby showers and they have these little ornaments? So I just bought a packet of baby shower pacifiers for about £3, you know. You get like 10 in a pack for £3. £3, about $5. And it fit him perfectly. Yep, so I have watched a reborn mum in particular, make her full solid. I think he was about 12 or 13 inches long. She made him to drink and wear, and it was painful watching it. But I'm going to have to do this because I really, really want to feed my baby doll. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it will go well. I thought that lady was quite brave, that she was, you know, that doll that she made into drink and wet was an expensive one, you know, the Evita type ones. So I'm feeling reassured in a sense that I'm just using an £11 doll. I'm going to be gentle. I'm going to try and not be aggressive with this, and I'm hoping it will be swift and it will be quick. So what have I got? Pair of scissors. They're very pointy at the top. Another pair of scissors. Dental instrument. This came from the pound shop. I bought a toothbrush in the pound shop, and it came in a pack. It had this that you use to remove plaque, and it also had like a tongue scraper. And I never use this. I just keep these in case I need them for DIY around the house. So I'm hoping that this will help me create the pathway within the doll to make him drink and wet. It's not going to go all the way up, but at least it will go a significant amount up inside my doll. I've got a big pair of scissors, just in case. I have got a hairbrush that's pointy at the top. It might help with creating that pathway, that tunnel that you have to make within the doll to make it drinking wet. And finally, instead of spending huge amounts of money on these feeding tubes that I found on eBay, that reborn mum who was making her doll into drinking wet recommended, I just simply got this. This is the tube that is within any cleaning agent you would use in the house. I think this was inside my window cleaner. So this bottle of window cleaner cost like £1, £1, like $2, $3 in a shop. And look at that feeding tube inside, that ready-made feeding tube. So guys, so far I have not spent any money to make this doll drinking wet. I have used all the items that are at my disposal in my house. And this is what I think will save our planet. Not only am I saving myself money, but I'm also saving the planet. Imagine how much this doll will cost if I ask somebody else to do all this for me. I'm hoping it will go well. So I'm ready now. Now Montecito, my doll, has already got some kind of indent at the bottom there that was already there when I bought him. So I'm going to use that to guide me as I insert an object, a very sharp object, to go up in him and to create that tunnel. I have decided to try and use a hanger because I haven't got a barbecue spike at the moment. I'm going to see if this hanger will work. It's a wire hanger and I'm just wondering if I use that. But first of all, start digging within him with this. And then once I've created some kind of pathway, I will then put the hanger inside and push right up to get to the back of his throat there. So this means that I'm going to have to unwind this hanger and straighten it out. Hello friends, I have just been straightening out that hanger to make it into some kind of rod. So this is the hanger now. So I've straightened it out. There it is. And as you can see, it's thin. I don't want the tunnel that I create within him to be very big, because if it's really big, then when I insert the plastic tube, it's more likely that the water won't go directly down the tube. It might leak excessively. So I think using this hanger would be sensible. Now I've broken off a piece of that hanger to make it easier for me. As you can see, the piece that I've broken off is a little bit longer than him. And it wasn't easy breaking it off, but I used some pliers to cut it. You know, you use this to cut wire for your curtains. This is what I used to cut this wire off from the whole hanger. So I need to start at the back, and I need to start with something small. So I'm going to start with this, and then I will go as far as I can go with this, and then I'm going to see if I can continue with this wire. So I used the dental instrument to create the initial hole, and I pushed this right up as far as it could go, and it nearly reached, it went up to about here, I'd say. So now I've put in the hanger, and I'm going to push it right up and try and get to the back of his throat. So I've put this up the back of him and pushed it all the way up to the back of his throat. So I'm now doing it from his face, through his mouth, and down that same way to tunnel a pathway for the tube, this tube that cost me nothing, down into his body so that he can have a drink and wet system. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be twisting him around on it, just twisting him around, pushing it up and twisting him around to make sure we've got a nice good tunnel going on in there. Okay, so I haven't yet been able to get that tunnel that will connect his neck to his mouth. I haven't yet been able to do it between this area here. So I have decided now to use a different instrument, which are these screwdrivers. They're very thin, very slender. Bought them from Amazon, a pack of like 6 for about, I don't know, £10 or something like that. But they are quite slender and they're long. Look how long they go. When you see his measurement, I think this little one here will be just about right. It will go from his bottom up to his neck. So I'll try that. I've done it. Look. It's gone from his mouth and it is coming out his butthole. Can you see that? So I have connected his butt to his mouth. I can now put the tube in. I think I found a way to insert this tube quicker. So I've got the piece of the wire hanger, and what I've done, I've inserted it into the tube. And what I think I should do is put the hanger inside his mouth and feed it all the way down to his butt. And while I'm doing that, the tube, the wire of the hanger, will insert the tube into his little body as I'm putting this in his mouth and it's going down his throat. The tube also will be going down his throat and come out of the other side. So I'll give that a go and see what happens. I'm making progress. Look at that. So the tube is now going down his throat and will come out the other side. I think I am winning this battle. I think I'm winning. You can see there's a little tube coming out. I'm winning. Yep, it's definitely coming out there. So I'm going to use a pair of pliers to help me pull the tube out. Here we go. Here we are. The tube is at the back of his throat here, and it's coming out at his butt. So I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to test to see if it works. So I'm using these pliers to just sort of tidy this bit up so it doesn't show, it's not poking out. Okay guys, so I have had to do a bit of manoeuvring. So I went and tested it out, the drink and wet, and the water was getting stuck in his mouth. It was like overflowing and not going through. So what I worked out was that the tube in his throat here, it has to be around here. It mustn't be right up at the back of his mouth. The water won't go down. So I had to push the tube further down around here. And I think he now works. So I'll just show you. So because he's got a little mouth, I haven't got a feeding bottle for him yet, but I've got a syringe filled with water. Come on, Montecito, time to have your drink and show everyone how your drink and wet system works. So we've got the syringe in his mouth, and this is his tube hanging out a bit. I left it hanging out so that you could see it. And as you can see, as I squeeze the syringe, he's peeing himself. Well done, Montecito. That's it, friends. So I hope this video has helped you. If you are thinking about making your own drink and wet and save a bit of money, do start out on maybe a smaller doll and, you know, experiment like I've done, and then you can feel confident to do bigger dolls. I've just bought 2 full silicone baby dolls that are much bigger, and I definitely want to make them drink and wet. And Montecito has enabled me to practice, and I'm looking forward to making them both drink and wet. One of them's 12 inches, the other one's 10 inches. They're absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, good night and goodbye for now, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.